Hello, my dear friends. This is Rajesh Mahapatra. I hope all of you are doing well and happiness. In this session, I'll guide you how do you create a zonal GKE standard cluster based on your project requirement. I explain in all steps inside the lab so that you can easily understand it. Based on your project requirement, you can implement it. Guys, let's get started. Guys, now I'll guide you how do you create a zonal standard GKE cluster in Google Cloud Platform. As you can see here, this is the Kubernetes engine web portal page. First click on create button, then wait a couple of seconds. Now guys, I'll guide you. Click on switch to standard cluster, then again click on switch to standard cluster. Now you can fill all the information field for creating a zonal GKE cluster. First of all guys, you can fill the name of the cluster as you can see here. Guys, as you can see here, this is the name of the cluster as my zonal standard GKE cluster. Then you can select zonal here, and by default as you can see here the zonal is selected here. Then based on your project requirement you can select your zone. I selected as US Central 1B here. Then guys, you can click on nodes. Then you can select your image type based on your project requirement. Already you know guys, you can select the machine types and machine series based on your project requirement. I selected as default here. Then click on networking. Then you can select the maximum ports for node based on your project requirement, and you can add the maximum ports for node as you can see here 110. Then click on security, then select the service account based on your project requirement here guys. I select here as default service account. Then click on metadata. If you want to add anything you can add here. Then click on automation inside the cluster section guys. Then this is the important field based on your project requirement. Guys, you can select the auto scaling, auto provisioning and maintenance policies based on your project requirement. As you can see here, the start time and length based on your project requirement you can select here the Sunday, Monday, Saturdays and any day based on your project requirement guys. Then as you can see here the auto scaling section, this is important guys. If you want to add the auto scaling then you can add your auto scaling here. Select the enable vertical pod auto scaling, enable node auto provisioning based on your project requirement. If you want to learn more then you can click on learn, then you can learn enable node auto provisioning all details. As you can see here the CPU and memory limits based on your project requirement guys you can add here. Then guys, you can select based on your project required node fall upgrade strategy. Then click on networking. I selected as default VPC, and rest of the remaining field you can leave as it is, but in the real-time project you can select based on your project requirement guys. In security tab you can select based on your security for your project requirement. Then remaining field guys you leave as it is. Then click on create button and wait a couple of minutes to create your zonal GKE cluster. As you can see here guys, my zonal standard GKE cluster is creating here now. The default number of nodes is 3. Click on refresh and wait a couple of seconds. then click on Compute Engine. Guys, as you can see here, the GKE My Zonal standard node is creating inside the Compute Engine web portal page. Let's switch to the Kubernetes engine web portal page and wait a couple of seconds more, guys. As you can see here, the 3 node also creating here now. As you can see here now, the 3 node is successfully created here now. Let's switch to the Kubernetes engine web portal page again. As you can see here, my Zonal standard GKE cluster is creating here now. It might take couple of seconds more, guys. Guys, as you can see here, my Zonal standard GKE cluster is successfully created here now. Now guys, I hope so you can understand how do you create a my Zonal standard GKE cluster in Google Cloud Platform. Thank you and have a nice day. See you in the next session.